Okay, well, this is the attempt at recording a screen. So first off, we'll go to the custom couture site, and I'll just close that and refresh this page, and we'll start with the flash intro. Now, obviously, it's quite a pretty flash intro, and I do like that one with the little ribbons. It was a very short run then. And then we get the Welcome to iDesign page. Now, again, as we go deeper into it, we might find this Welcome to useful. For our situation, we'll start with the garment. Obviously, most popular garment for us is actually a hooded sweatshirt, and it's mostly what we sell for the young girls and the women. This site is obviously more geared up towards t-shirts, but I think every site will need the ability to print ladies' t-shirts, guys' t-shirts, hoodies, and sweats. We're not going to do the full garment catalogue because there really is no point, and that would be a specialist order. Again, the whole layout of the website they've got here is pretty basic and pretty ugly, to be frank. There's not a lot of imagination with this part. Whoever designed the iDesign really spent some time, and it looks like the actual holding site was just thrown together. It's proving a bit of a mission here just to get the garment I want to work with on the iDesign on the screen. So I think that could be greatly improved. Okay, so we got our garment now. I think here is the point where we probably want a simpler method of changing the garment. Maybe a drop-down menu here, so when we select change our garment, it stays within the Flash environment, but we get a choice of guys tee, ladies tee, guys and ladies hoodies. Okay, the cleverest part about this site, which has always drawn my attention to it, is adding bead text. Obviously, we get our usual traditional box, they all have them, and I can type in a bit of text. Now, the fact that this text is actually rendering as beads is pretty clever. I've not seen it done in a lot of other situations. Obviously, we need the ability to be able to size and drag. Another thing I'm noticing there, as I drag this larger, the size of the stone is not increasing. It's not just applying an enlargement filter. We're actually seeing the stones are remaining exactly the same size. In this situation, a 4mm stone, and they're staying the same, and it's the spacing between those stones that's increasing. Another nice feature is the way these boxes pop up and allow you to move them around. Again, not seen very often, and I'm quite liking that. We get a drop down and we can see the fonts, the types of fonts we're going to go for. Again, we wouldn't keep a massive range of fonts for this type of rhinestone effect. We will probably have a squirrely font, a square font, a block font, pretty much like they have here. The machine we use to create the fonts, and here's another nice little feature I've seen, this crossing out, telling me that the image is going to be too large for this area. This is clever. This will stop people trying to do off the sleeve designs. This can prove a problem in production. So we want to try and restrict people to keeping the design within an area we're happy to print. Another nice feature, when we look at the rendering, you can see the little gems sparkling and having a nice effect in there, which again is very clever and I've not seen. Now if we look at the choice of beads that could be used, obviously we can click on these and change the beads live. Now for our use, we do not use these special effect ones. These have to be placed by hand. This will cause too many issues for us. We don't do it and don't want to offer it. If it could be kept in there simply to keep it easy, I'm happy with that, but to be honest, we are going to be using either a 3mm, 4mm or 2mm bead. It's also quite difficult in production for us if we get an order for a 3mm bead and then someone decides they want a 2mm bead in another part of the design. That's literally going to double the cost because it's got to be run through the machine twice. So it's okay to give that option, but we need to be aware that if they decide to have a 4mm logo there and then they duplicate a different logo, different stone, it will double the cost. And you can see the Flash is updating on their system to update the pricing. For some reason we have a huge price jump there. If we look when we're selecting red and green, it's a bit too large. And also, if we look at, while we're down here, if we look at the pricing, I'm just feeling this area is a little small. I think we need to have a bit more of a price. This is what's going on. It's going to be quite easy for people to get carried away, realise after spending 20-30 minutes designing their top that they've suddenly gone way over budget. We need probably a bigger pricing system here. Okay, if we close that, another nice feature that I like with this is obviously the clip art. The way these things roll in and the way the screens pop out, very cool. And again, I can drag it out the way and get rid of that. Now, there's a lot of clip art in this, and a lot of it doesn't quite look relevant to the design if we were doing rhinestones. Again, very clever. You can see it's masking there. The garment is actually masking the design. So you could stretch a design right off the screen and keep it on. Nice feature, worth keeping. So if we leave it there for a moment, and I'm just going to check this recorded, and I will continue with another video in a moment.